What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build one of the best service interchanges in Cities Skylines 2, or in real life for that matter. It's called the Diverging Diamond Interchange, and it is one of the most efficient high traffic interchanges ever designed. But first, download Dungeon Hunter 6, a mobile free-to-play action RPG game where you play as a bounty hunter in a stunning dark fantasy open world. Play as a mage, warrior, assassin, monk, or zephyr, customize your own weapons, and summon companions to aid you in battle. Use the link in the description to start playing now on iOS or Android, and see you hopefully soon. Alright, so I'm going to start off with an introduction about what exactly makes the Diverging Diamond the best service interchange in existence, and then I'm going to show you how to build this compact design, which is really good for tight urban areas, and it even works with your tram network. Of course, you can make adjustments to this if you have split roadways or you want to make it a little bigger. That's totally up to you. But let's dive in, and I want to start by showing you from this overhead view what is making the traffic move so well, and that is the lack of traffic lights. There are a couple here. You can see that the traffic coming from this side is stopped, and they get stopped at this point right here after the right-hand traffic has already left the network. Then it moves through the opposite side here. This is what catches people off guard. All of a sudden, the traffic that's going straight is on the left-hand side in a typically right-handed environment. And then they get stopped here again. So only the traffic that's moving straight really gets stopped twice. The traffic moving left gets stopped once, and the traffic moving right doesn't stop at all. Now, in a perfect scenario, which is actually the real world, hopefully we'll get some control over the actual timing of the lights, either through a mod or something that they add to the game in the future. But in a perfect world, this light here and this light here are green at the same time. So traffic that's moving straight actually moves right through the network with no problem. The only traffic that's stopped is at this light here and this light here. But then when they turn green, then this side moves straight through the network. But you can see even in Cities Skylines 2, without timing it exactly perfectly, it is moving a heavy amount of traffic flawlessly. I'm going to build this away from my city just to keep things simple and clean for you. And of course, the first thing you're going to want to do is have a pretty flat area for this interchange. So if it's not flat, go ahead and flatten it as much as you can to start with. And for this particular build, I have a two-way 4-lane highway running over a medium-sized two-way 4-lane road, which is more like an avenue. And so the first thing I want you to do after you flatten the area is go ahead and grab just a 1-lane road. It can be this 1-lane, one-way road is perfectly fine. Set your elevation step to the second height there, and we're going to go up to 10 is the height of this particular highway. You can turn your snapping options on in a way that works for you, but what I would like to do is snap to geometry, zone cell length, and 90-degree angles for right now. I do not want this snap to guidelines on. It's just going to make things kind of messy. So we're going to create guidelines for right now, and then we're going to clean this up a little bit. So let's start on the highway and go out 72 meters, and then I'm going to set the elevation down to 0. And then I am going to run this straight across here at a 90-degree angle right through the avenue. And that looks good to me. Then we can go ahead and delete this part up here. And we're going to do that down the other side as well. I will turn this snap to guidelines back on for just a moment so I can get things lined up here. Good. And on top of the highway. Then we're going to come out 72 meters again, back down, do the same thing across at a 90-degree angle, line those up, then we can go ahead and delete this here. And while you're at it, just go ahead and delete the ground level avenue there too. We're going to go back to the road network to continue with our guidelines, make sure these 3 snapping options are still on. We're going to go up 40 meters and across at a 90-degree angle and do that with the other side as well. And that's it for our guidelines. Now we're going to build the actual diverging part of the diamond. So select your 2-lane one-way road, Then select toggle parallel mode. Make sure it's set at 0.5 and turn off snap to zoning cell length. Now for this one, it's not the most precise part of this process. You need to actually line the cursor up approximately with this crosswalk right here. You can see it's approximately lined up with this cell, so we're just going to go up from that. And this is going to allow us to center the gap in between the parallel roads with the yellow line on the avenue. And we're going to then come up to this road right here. Make sure you're at your 90-degree angle and go ahead and click. Now, if you've done this right, you're going to see parallel crosswalks as well. And that's important because we want to delete this gap in between. If you didn't get it quite right, this is actually going to create a loop where you can't delete anything right there, and you're just going to have to try again until you can get it. Make sure to delete that side, and now we can delete all of our guidelines here like this. After we've done that, go back to your road tool. This time we're going to select the replace tool, but we're going to leave it on 2-lane one-way road. Make sure snapping is on and change the direction of the parallel roads just like this, because this is what makes it diverging. For a moment, the right-hand traffic is going to switch to the left-hand side before it goes back to the right-hand side. Now, select your straight tool, and we're gonna make sure that snap to zoning cell length is off, so we just have our snap to existing geometry. And in fact, we don't even need the snap to 90-degree angles on anymore. What you're going to do is select the part of the avenue that is furthest to the top and make sure that your parallel is off. But take it across to the other side of the road there, just like that. And then you can grab this top part and pull it over to this side. Now you may have to go back with your replace tool and make sure the traffic is all going the direction that you want it to. So if it's not, just make sure to adjust it that way. And we'll go back down here to this side and do the same thing. So right here and right here. Perfect, just like that. Next, we're gonna make our connection to the highway. So select the highways tool and the 1-lane one-way highway. Also, make sure that simple curve is turned on, and the only snapping tools I want on are snap to existing geometry and snap to 90-degree angles. Make sure that you're set at ground level first. We'll start over here. I'm gonna count 5 cell lengths down and connect to the roadway there. Then we're gonna come over here and count 2 away from the roadway, the diverging part of the diamond, and then page up to go up about 10 meters. We're going to click here and take note of the distance. This is 108 meters. So I'm gonna click there and I'm gonna go out another about 108 meters just like this. And we have our first on-ramp onto the highway over here. And we're going to do this on the other side as well. So down here, count 5 cell lengths again, click, go over to the second one away from the diverging part of the diamond, click, and then go another 108 meters this direction. Of course, this is the wrong direction, so select your replace tool, make sure snapping's turned on, and then just run over it again to make sure that it is going to go the correct way. Now do this with the other side as well. The last connection we need to make is the on-ramp coming from the other direction. So select your simple curve again, make sure it's at ground level, and then what you're going to do is turn off the snap to 90-degree angles and just leave snap to existing geometry on. And we're gonna go from this point right here up approximately, let's say 23 meters, and then we're gonna curve around until we get a good connection here, approximately at 23 meters or wherever it makes sense. Okay, and then do this on the other side as well. In fact, go around and do it on all sides. And of course, you're going to have to select your replace tool and then go back over it to make sure that everything is going the right direction, just like this. Okay, and you can see this created a lot of crosswalks, which we absolutely do not want here. So let's go around and delete all the crosswalks just like this. That's a great way to take your Diverging Diamond Interchange and really slow it down. So we don't want any pedestrians in this part here. And the last thing we're going to do to make this functional is take the traffic lights and we're going to remove the one at this intersection right here. You do not want a traffic light there. Traffic can move perfectly fine without it, because what you want is for the traffic that is on this side to exit before the light. Now that you have the only lights that you need, you are completely finished with your Diverging Diamond Interchange. Of course, you can beautify it by putting some like bushes down the middle or trees around it to make it look nice. And there you go. So if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more Cities Skylines 2 content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.